This purse tour is loosely, unofficially, and also not at all brought to you by my binging a lot of Amanda Palmer in the last week, especially this evening, songs like Astronaut, Melody Dean, Massachusetts Avenue, and the like. This is a Michael Kors bag that my sister got for me. I am not extremely familiar with brand names, but I know that it's a wonderful purse, something of a body bag, and kind of a compliment machine. People really like it, and when people mention it, I like to tell them that my sister got it for me. So I don't usually keep it packed to the gills. It's not the heaviest, but it's also not the lightest, and I do like to keep it open for putting water bottles or snacks or whatever else in. So I write poetry, and I have foolishly been keeping my drafts in my phone for actual years. Anytime when I'm out on the go, I just write down some rhymes and gist of it, and the real problem there is that, of course, I can't see the form, I can't match metaphors as easily. It's really just not been the best way to do things, but you know how you sometimes like just end up doing something when there's like a way better answer and it just takes you way too long to switch over. Well, I lost what I thought was a really good poem the other day, and if you do anything creative, you know that it can take a while to really feel like something is done and especially to admit that you really like it. So given that that was the second time that I lost what I thought was a pretty complete poem, and the fact that, like I said, that hasn't even really been useful to me, and apparently I just go on like blind deleting rampages, this is a really great way to save yourself some heartache if you're doing anything creative. And just in general, I mean, we should all have like a notebook on us, right? And pen to go with it. Stopped smoking years ago, but having a lighter is pretty much a survival tool, so that's good to have in your purse. The staple item of loose change at the bottom. I have, well, since next, I featured this in another video. It's gumdrops, and it just keeps my breath really fresh anytime I'm out, and it definitely is a great replacement for that pack of gum that you might have in here. This is organic lavender, and it's by Oracacia. It's wonderful in a traffic jam or a waiting room, anywhere that you could use a little extra dose of calm. It's good to have a refresher in my bag for essential oil diffusing jewelry, bracelets, necklaces, and it is a good replacement for if you keep perfume on you in your bag. And typically speaking, I know in the past, like, my bags would just smell like that perfume. That doesn't really happen with the essential oils, as long as you keep the lid on tight. If you've got a good bottle, that shouldn't happen. It's also an immunostimulant. It promotes the neuropsychoimmune connection, and it goes great as like a hand sanitizer with something like this. There are essential oils that are specifically antiviral too, so you can look into getting some like that if you prefer. I find that that's working real well for me right now, but I'm always switching out the kinds that are in my purse. This is Desert Essence 100% pure jojoba oil. It's non-GMO, and I love to just throw it on anytime I'm feeling a little bit dry, or if I want that carrier oil effect. This is 4 ounces. I typically have a 2-ounce bottle. That's a lot easier to carry around, but I go through them so fast that this was the best way to show you. This is my Portland Bee Balm. It is a fantastic lip balm that's like a little strip of wood for the packaging, and it's supporting urban bees and their keepers. Ingredients are Pacific Northwest beeswax, organic cold pressed extra virgin coconut oil, organic California extra virgin coconut or extra virgin olive oil, Oregon peppermint essential oil. We do notice that it says Oregon and not organic at the bottom, but that's all right, because this is really stripped down and it's really incredible. I've been using it for like a couple of years, and it's a great price. It also, again, just doesn't have soy in it, and I don't know why people love putting soy in our lip balms. I do also actually have out right now this Thera natural neem stick. No. This one has like coconut oil, beeswax, jojoba, shea butter, peppermint, neem, etc. This one's really good too, and I feel like it's pretty glossy as well. Have not upgraded my wallet situation, so I just have a bunch of cards in here. Kroger, debit credit, Home Depot store card. This is probably empty for store credit, but we keep these things. And this is a Higher Plane Tools for Spiritual Living card that I got while I was in Nebraska recently. It's a higherplanegi.com. I had to restrain myself to not burn up my entire paychecks while I was up there at this store. They have such fantastic jewelry and gemstones. Loved it. Cash. I don't really like to have all of my transactions recorded. Just if I'm getting anything, I just don't like having that all recorded. I think cash is really nice. I might not seem the most private, but I am. And if I can keep something a secret or what have you, I will. So yeah, I like having cash around. This is a new coin that I was gifted, actually, and it is, well, black and gold like my purse. But it's from dailystoic.com, and it's a memento mori coin. These are gorgeously made. It says, "You could leave life right now" on the back. And it says, "Memento mori is a Latin phrase which translates to 'remember that you will die.' Used properly, memento mori is invigorating, a tool to create priority and urgency, to treat our time as a gift and not waste it on the trivial. It's a literal and inescapable reminder that you can leave life at any moment, a thought which should determine what you do and say and think." So it was, oh, my dragon bloodstone. It is for personal power, courage, general strength, creativity. Similar to the coin, it's just kind of an eyes on the prize sort of reminder for me. It's something that I think is just, yeah, something that's a little bit grounding, just to kind of like, yeah, keep you in mind to keep your pursuits aligned with your goals. And it's also just a really beautiful stone. See what else I may have. Oh, extra ring, like in case one of your fingers didn't get clothed that day. I think that's everything. I mean, obviously my phone's usually in there, but it's running off somewhere else right now. And notable absences would be keys. These are actually my backup keys. I just share keys with my boyfriend, so these are just kind of spares, but this used to be the main keychain that I would use. I clearly don't feel like losing keys ever. This is about the most cluttered that I get with this kind of thing. There's like a crystal on it, a hat, because I worked at a Western store for a long time. Same thing with it. This is actually just from a Twisted X pair of moccasins that I got. And my dad works for the US government, so I have a key like that. And just little keychains for places that I've been, and the joint chiropractic that I go to, Speedy Rewards, the gas station in Indiana, Regal Crown Club, Kroger, Hy-Vee, awesome store in Nebraska. And what else? Other things that I don't have in there, again, lotion. So like I said, that's covered by the oil. You've got your replacements like I was showing you for like gum and perfume and stuff like that. I don't have makeup in my bag. I am wearing no makeup. I have, you know, the balm on my lips right now, but I stopped wearing makeup like a really considerable amount of time ago now. I always intend to look up some brands that I'll be really happy with, but for a while I was using ones that were just such half measures, and I was really only a little bit happy with what was in there. And so I'm going to do my due diligence at some point and find some brands that I really love, and hopefully I can share those with you guys. I, at one point, like years ago now, had gotten this whole stash of like every kind of makeup, and I'd gotten all the brushes, and I was determined that I was going to watch all these videos and figure out how to do it properly, like do my own professional makeup. And you could see how well that went. I just didn't really get around to it, and I have somewhat sensitive skin. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So for me, if I have a blemish of any kind, I just have to rock that and clean up my diet and not sleep with coconut oil in my hair, and you know, just instead of covering it up, just like I said, use it as a good reminder. I also don't like to use things that are just not regulated for what their ingredients are, like makeup is, and I don't really like to, again, contribute to industries that just aren't that responsible, and that I'm going to end up, you know, tossing out. So yeah, those, and to each their own. I know that I loved playing with makeup for the longest. That also used to be a staple in my bags, like that fine layer of like glitter from eyeshadow or something like that, but it's been a really long time since that was the case. And like I said, yeah, hopefully at some point, like I'll find something that I really like again. And also, you might have noticed, no feminine hygiene products. It makes my bag very boy safe, but I also just, it's a topic all its own, but suffice to say, I don't require anything like that that is like bleached and dioxin riddled, and yeah, and again, just one of those like single use throwaway kind of items like that. I'm not the best about not using things like that, but like things that you just use one time and toss, but I'm trying to be better about it, and that's definitely a really big step. So yeah, and like I said, that just keeps my purse a little more elegant, I think. I also have this other purse over here. I just wanted to share, like, this is a smaller option. I just wanted to remind you guys to, again, get things of value. This is an antique purse, and it's like velvet lined. It does fit my smaller items that I was showing you, like the little bottles and stuff like that. And just kind of as a reminder to keep your collections nice. These were actually gifted to me years and years apart, and they just look so intentional next to each other. So yeah, buy higher quality, keep it forever, and eventually you'll just have so many things that like have a buddy in your collection like that. So, and I guess just for full show and tell, I'm drinking dandelion tea with lemon in it, and it's great for your bile production, your liver detoxing, your gallbladder that produces like bile sits right on top of your liver, and so yeah, this is like a nice like digestion kind of aid tea right now. And I do love traditional medicinals for a brand. This one is saying, "Beauty is not caused, it is." Emily Dickinson. So I read these quotes a million times. This also is my slate coasters, and these are all 500 million years old, and they just all have like really cool pictures on them, flowers, mine shafts. So yeah, I love having just more natural things around. It's always nice to just kind of feel in touch with the natural world. So like all these little toys and stuff. So if there's anything that I'm missing from my purse that you can recommend, or if you have anything that is a little bit different that you keep in your bag, I'd love to hear about it. You know, like I said, I'm always swapping out what I have in there, but that's for now. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me and checking it out. And memento mori. Have a great one.